Hi everyone. Okay, let's finish exercise 2. We got through the first part for the first year, coming down to return on revenue, also known as profit margin, which is 5.19% for 2013. Now let's look at the parameters for 2014. Okay, so what they're saying is for planning, oops, that's already there. Escape. I'm going to, what I did was just blacked out certain things. So you couldn't quite see them. Actually, I just turned it to a white font. So if you ever want to have a spreadsheet and all the answers are already there, you can just change the font to white and then people can't see them. Okay, so we have the planning assumption for 2014 of an increase in the number of pizzas sold by 10%. So in order to do that, so for here we have 110,000, but what you can do is equals the 100 times, multiply that by the 10%, and then plus, and then the original number, and then it gives you the 110. Okay, and then what we have is the new average price. We are assuming that the selling price per pizza is going to be $16. I've got that in there as well. So 16, and then I've got that, but what it is equals multiplied by the 16 times the 110,000, which is 1.76 million. And then we have our per pizza prices. We have an increase of 8%. So again, that is equals, multiply that by the original 3 times the 8%, and then add back the original $3, or you can multiply it by 108%. It works out to the same thing. So we have the 3.24 is the new price, and I'm going to copy this down. So now you've got the formula as well for 5% multiplied by the 250 plus the original 250, and 9% multiplied by the 375, and then plus the original 375 to get the increase. And then I'm going to hit this button here, which is an auto sum all of these numbers. And then that gives us the total cost of sales for ingredients per pizza. So just like this $16 is the average selling price, this $9.95 is the variable costs per pizza. And then I'm going to put a formula in. So equals the $16 minus the variable cost gives us a gross profit, but where those are the only variable costs, that gross profit is also the exact same thing as our contribution margin. Okay. So what I've done here is equals to 3.24, multiplied that by the number of pizzas that we're making, and then equals the 263, multiply that by the number of pizzas we're making, and finally this one, multiply by the number of pizzas. So therefore we know that how much it cost us to make 110,000 pizzas for the crust and other ingredients, for the spices, and for the cheese. And I'm going to sum that, equals, and then equals our revenue minus our total cost of sales gives us our total gross profit. Okay, so I can scroll down. Now, what did it tell me for rent? So looking at the question, we've talked about the number of pizzas sold. We've talked about the increase in the price per pizza, increase in the cost of cheese, increase in the cost of spices, increase in the cost of ingredients for the crust and other. Now, the annual rent is increasing to 65. We are increasing our salaries. We're increasing our salaries by 12%. So that would be equals that times point. Oops, I'm gonna put 12% here, and then it's equals this multiplied by your 12% plus the original 230 gives you your 257,600. Our insurance is an increase of 10%. So again, we'll put 10% there. So we've got equals 10% multiplied by the 15 plus the original 15. Oops, what did I do? Oh, I just didn't unblock it. So that gives you your 16,500. Your advertising cost is just going up by 35,000. So we're going to type that in. And your car expenses are going up by 15%, 15%, and it's equals 15 times 150,000 plus your original 150,000 gives you 172,500. We have our total expenses. We want to sum, and then see it highlights all of those, equals, and again, I've got it whited out. So that gives us total fixed costs of 546,600. And then what we can do is figure out, based on that number of pizzas that we sold, we go equals and take our total fixed, and we can divide that by, and if we scroll up, number of pizzas that we sold, and that gives us, on average, for fixed costs based on 110,000 pizzas, it's $4.97 per pizza. Okay, so then our profit, and the way we got that is equals, we need to take our gross profit and minus off our fixed costs to give us the 118,625. We need 17% in our taxes, and the way we get that is equals our profit multiplied by 17%. So our taxes are $20,166. Our profit for the year is equals the 118 minus taxes gives us the 98,459, and that gives us a return on revenue, or our profit margin, equals vertical analysis, right? Your profit for the year divided by, you guessed it, sales revenue, which gives you 5.59%. So that is your return on revenue, or also what we've been calling our profit margin percentage. And that is the answer for part 2 as well. And which one's giving you a better year? The return on revenue for 2013 is 5.19%. The average, or the return on revenue for 2014 is 5.59%. That's better. So even though we've had an increase in some of these costs, because we also increased the price on our pizza by $1 on average, we have a better return. Okay, that is exercise 2. Thanks, everyone.